What is a rival and what is a friend? Someone who pushes you to be your best. Someone who accompanies you, supports you, wants to see you be the best you that you can be. So hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Lane and today we're going to be tier listing the rivals and the friend characters in the Pokemon main series games. So let's get started. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and start with our categories. We have the best, and then at the very bottom we have the worst. So these are going to be the two categories where I'm going to save it until the very last, and I'm going to decide who the best and the worst are, obviously. Then we have great, good, fine, bad. Now I don't anticipate there being many in the bad category, so yeah, let's see what we got here. So starting off, we have the Generation 1 rival, that being Blue, the OG rival. I'm going to put him up in great, which is probably a based opinion, but I think that he is the epitome of what a rival should be. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. You know, I'm gonna bump him down to good. I think he's too much of a jerk. He's too mean, too condescending, too confident in himself, which I mean, we love a confident person. But when it comes at the cost of you being a good friend, like a healthy rival to your person, yeah, it's just not for me. So I'm gonna just put him in good. Next we have Silver. So this is probably base 2, but Silver's gonna go up in great. I really enjoy the whole, well, one, the fact that he's the evil team's son, like big plot twist. But second, like the fact that he was able to really grow to be attached to his Pokemon, really grow to be their friend. And then in the generation, like post game of Generation 2, he evolves his Crobat up into a Crobat. And that's because it's a friendship evolution, like super symbolic of him growing as a person. I just love his story arc. Overall, great. So we got Brandon and May. So in the original games, I'd put them in bad. So Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. But that's specifically because they don't ever fully evolve their Pokemon. The last time you can battle them is at the Lily Cove department store. And that's their highest level Pokemon is their starter, who's only at their second stage. But in the post game of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, you can battle them and they have a full set of team, like 5 Pokemon. I think they add a Raichu to their like initial team. But I'm gonna put May above Brendan because she has a, if you don't know, in the initial Generation 3 games, if you battle her in Rustboro City, she's got a Torkoal. Like, and that's not something Brandon ever has, and they're supposed to be like a carbon copy of each other's teams, so I don't know, it's just cool. It's a cool little factoid, probably not meant to be there, but it's still cool. Wally's gonna go up in great. I think he has like the most effeminate team, probably out of any Pokemon. Like, and I love it. I'm here for it. I support him. Then he gets the Gallade, and it's just like it's a little more manly, but not by much. Let's be honest. But overall, I think that his character growth from being the weakling who you have, who you're with in Mauville City, you battle him. He's got the level 20 routes, and then he is like your final boss before the Elite Four. And then the fact that he travels to Alola, he's part of the battle tree there, like super cool. I love that. I love his story progression. Like I've said numerous times on this channel, I love lore. So that's going to be like lore and storytelling. So it's probably going to be majority of what my thoughts are here. Next we got Barry. And I'm a simp for Sinnoh. I love Sinnoh so much. I will place him lower than Silver and Wally. Yeah, I remember when I was in elementary school, my friend would be Barry, I would be Lucas, and we would play Pokemon. But yeah, he was always hyperactive, so he acted just like Barry. He never fined me or anything. But yeah, I've just got a lot of good memories with Barry. I think he's great. Lucas and Dawn, once again in the initial Diamond Pearl Platinum, they're not even friend characters. Like, they show up to talk to you, they do a double battle with you twice, and that's it. I prefer Dawn over Lucas. I really enjoy the post-battle games with them in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Dawn, her entire team for one of the sets is like almost mirrored to the anime Dawn, and I love that. I think that was great. It's the little things that they do in Pokemon games that are super impressive. Okay, Ethan and Lyra, I don't care for them. They're fine. Like, it doesn't hurt anything for them to be there, but I feel like they don't even count as like friend characters, you know, like they don't really do anything to progress the story for you. They don't do anything. They teach you how to catch a Pokemon, and that's about it. So yeah, they're gonna go down in bad, and I prefer Ethan, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Kieran, I'm gonna put above around blue. I'll put him after blue. I feel like he was the correct take on what blue should have done. I feel like Kieran is the character who is your rival and he's a jerk, but I feel like he's a supportive jerk. Like, when I would play through Black and White as a kid, he was the one who I was afraid to battle because I knew he was going to have a good team comparative to Bianca, who I'm gonna put Bianca at the top of fine. I think overall I love her story arc where she like started off on this journey not really knowing what she wanted to do or what she wanted from this journey. And then going into Black and White 2, she became Professor Juniper's assistant and she really found like her calling, and yeah, I love that for her. I wish her the best in life. Kieran, like, he also found his calling. He was a gym leader, like obviously the battling and everything, and he's like a big part of the story in Black and White 2 because he like helps the player character fight off Team Plasma and yada yada yada, but really, really good. N. I love N. He's so cool, you know? Like, he's just like, I just love N. One, his outfit's really cool. I really like his green hair. Two, you know, I never really thought about this, but is his hair green in Gestus? Is his hair green? Like, are they actually father and son? That's a good point. I might make a theory about that. But yeah, and he uses a different Pokemon each time you battle him, and that's just really, really freaking cool. Like, he's really cool. The lore behind N being born in nature. Yeah, overall, he's just a great character. Next up, we got Hugh. Hugh's gonna go higher than blue. I think Hugh's it's very boring for a certain portion of the game because he's just so dead set on getting that Purloin back, and it's like, dude, you could go out there and catch another Purloin. Like, it ain't hard. We do love someone who is like goal oriented, you know? They're going out there, they are achieving their goals, and he did. I mean, he had to get a lot of help, but he did. So, you know, got to give him some credit for that. So he's going to go up at the top of good for me. Calem and Serena. I'm going to put them higher than May and Dawn. Yeah, honestly, they are. So I feel like they should have done a lot more. These are definitely like the true rivals of the Generation 6 games, which is nice. I do think that the fact that they get a Mega Evolution, I wish they got one sooner, but they did get one at the very end of the game, which was Mega Absol. Super cool. They have a very unique team too, because it doesn't follow the traditional grass, water, fire like core that majority of the rival characters do have. So they've got like a fairy type, a dragon type, psychic type. Like, it's just very unique way to run a team, so I do enjoy that. Shauna. So I feel like I'm gonna play Shauna directly after Serena. I feel like she's definitely like the deuteragonist. Deuteragonist? I don't know if I'm saying that word right. Like the secondary main character. I feel like she's traveling through the Kalos region alongside of you guys, not really having a goal in mind, not really knowing what she's doing, but she's there for the ride, and I think she's having fun. You also have that like weird semi-romantic feeling with her at the Palace of Versailles, but in Pokemon I forget what it's called. But yeah, I enjoy Shauna. I think she's got a really cool design. Overall, just, yeah, I think she's good. But probably the best character out of all of them. Tierno, bad. Overall, like, what is his goal? Like, I know he wants to be a dancer, but like, how is he competing with us for that? Like, because we're not dancing. Like, Shauna, Calem, Serena, and Trevor. Like, I'll put Trevor's got goals, you know? I'll just group him with them. But like, he's filling up the Pokedex. Like, that's obviously something that we're doing too. So like, and if we're battling Shauna and stuff, like, obviously we're competing with them. But Tierno's goal is to be a dancer. We don't dance at all in this game. What is he competing for? Who is he competing with? How? I'm gonna put how up in good. Overall, I love the fact that he loves malasadas. I can't say that word, but I honestly have such a like soft spot for the Alola games overall. So I'm gonna put him up in good. I love the fact that his signature Pokemon is Alola and Raichu. I think that's very cool. I like the fact that he, in a couple of the games, gets Tauros or Crabominable to follow in his grandfather's footsteps. So yeah, I'm gonna put him up in good. I think he's a good character. Lily, ooh, she's going in great. I don't know if I want to put her higher. I'll put her there. I love Lily so much. She deserves the world, and she deserves everything that comes with it. And I think that overall, she got it. I love that Bulbapedia lists her as a fairy type specialist, because that's pretty cool for someone who like doesn't battle ever, except for in the post game of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But yeah, overall, great character design. I think she's phenomenal. I love the fact that she treats Kukui and Brunette as her adopted parents, because her mom's kind of crazy and her dad's gone on an island somewhere. So yeah, she's got quite a bit going on. But yeah, and then we got her edgelord brother, and I'm gonna put him. Ooh, I'll put him higher than N. I mean, definitely emo. And I mean, hey, we all got that going on sometimes. So I feel it. I like the fact that he's part of the evil team, and I mean, Marnie is too. But I think that Gladion did so much better with it. I love the fact that he's like the first rival that like has a legendary Pokemon type Null Silvally on his team, and that he keeps them on his team. But yeah, overall, I love Lily. I love Gladion. I think they're great characters, and yeah, that's why they're great. Next, we got Hop. And I love Hop. I'm going to put Hop up there. Overall, Hop was a great character. He was a good rival. He was the second character to have a legendary Pokemon permanently stay on his team. And yeah, I think that his character story, like his story arc was great, where he like kept losing battles and he didn't know if it was him or if it was his Pokemon, and he ended up switching his team up completely. And then by the end of the game, he's like, he followed Kieran's logic where he's like, no, I'm gonna win with a Pokemon that I love, and that's just great. And I love that for Hop. This is probably a hot take, but I hate Marnie. I don't like her at all. She's just very. I feel like they were definitely pandering to some people, and me being gay, they were not pandering to me with that. So yeah, she's not for me. Bede is fine. No, he'll be at the bottom of fine. He's too smug. He's too arrogant. He did what Blue was, but 10 times worse. So we have Kieran, who did what Blue did better, but he's still ranked lower just because I don't like him as much. His character design is not great. It's better in the remakes, but since this is him as a rival, that's where we're keeping it. But B did what Blue did worse. So yeah, he's just gonna go there. Clara, they were definitely pandering again, and they were not to me, honestly, with either of them. I think that they are I probably should have just lumped them together. I don't like either of them. I don't think that their character, they're not designed well. I do think it's interesting that they gave us gym leaders as rivals. Honestly, with Marnie, Bede, Clara and Avery. So that was interesting, but still just not for me. Ray and Akari. This is definitely Legend Arceus bias here. I like Akari's design better, but I like them both. But they're fine. They didn't really do too much in the story. They didn't really like push you. They pretty much were just a tutorial for you. So it's nothing great, but they were fine. My boy Adaman, top of great. I love him so much. This is what pandering to me actually should look like. Adaman. So overall, I think he's just very, very, very great. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, we got Irida. I'll put her at the bottom of great. I just didn't care for her as much as Adaman, and I think that's why I have like a bad taste in my mouth from her. She's just not she's just not him, you know. So that's for that reason. Next we got Nemona. Nemona's gonna go to the top of good. I feel like they really should have given her more of a personality than battling. Which, I mean, hey, she's good at it, and she's really good at it. I love the fact that she's like a competitive rival and that she actually works to push the character. So that's great. But overall, she didn't get into that great category for me. Next we got Arven. Arven's fine. I enjoy his story a lot more than the actual character. The fact that he's the professor's kid and the professor like passed away. He's like, you spend the entire game thinking that they're just a negligent parent, which isn't great for Pokemon. But yeah, it's just, I wish that, one, you could have reunited him. At least you saved his dog, you know? So, okay, Penny. I'm gonna put her up in good just because of the fact that she's got a team of all evolutions. Like, that's pretty badass. And the fact that she came from the Galar region. Her father's Peony, sister's Peonia. Like, that's just really cool. Like, the lore, the story, I'm here for it. Okay, we got Carmen. Okay, I love Kitakami, so I'll put her top of good. So overall, Carmen is I say this all the time, so if you've heard it before, if she would have just told Kieran what happened at the beginning, or when you're at the festival and Ogerpon sees the mask, or the mask falls off Ogerpon, you give it back and all that. Like, if she would have just been honest with Kieran from the get-go and not lied to him, we would have avoided so much. Like, there would have been so much, like, that wouldn't have needed to happen. But so she's the catalyst for the entire post-game, or the entire DLC, let's be honest. But overall, love the character design. I love her as a character. They're fun. Kieran, absolute top of the great tier. I love this kid. This kid was me when I was a kid. I was so hard on myself. I was so competitive. Whether or not the people were actually competing with me, I still wanted to win. And then I was very shy. I was very, like, reserved. I never went crazy, to my knowledge. But he's still one of my absolute all-time favorite Pokemon characters. So, all right, you guys. So in case you can't tell, it's a different day. Hey, and I am going to add in the characters from Legends EA. Now, I'm not going to go into a bunch of detail about the story because I just finished the main story. And yeah, because of that, let's get started. So, Tonnie and Urbane. I think that they're going to go bottom of great for me. Just because, well, one, I only played as a boy so far, so I only have Tonnie to go off of. But yeah, overall, they just were very good characters. I like that they use both starters that you don't use. I like that they have the entire, like, rivalry with you. Even though it's pretty unfounded, I feel like at the climax of the story, it wasn't required for them to do what they did. But hey, you know, we all just want to fight a tower sometimes, so I don't know. Lita's gonna go up in good for me. I think I like Lita better than... yeah, I like the whole implication that her older brother is actually Tyranno, who is this guy. And that, yeah, I went into a bunch of detail about why I didn't like Tyranno because he's a dancer, and so is she. But at the same time, I feel like she's just a better version of it. Like, you had that whole thing about how she wants her Staryu to not lose its cuteness. I don't know. I don't know. I like Lita better. It's not a big thing. Naveen. He'll go bottom of good. I think that I don't quite like his story arc about wanting to be a fashion designer. Like, it just didn't speak to me overall. But overall, Naveen was fine. I like Mega Scrafty. I like Mega Starmie is a troll and I love it. I'm here for it. So, yeah. Overall, though, let's go into who I think the greatest and the worst are. Obviously, I'm pretty biased here, but I love Kieran. I think his story overall was the best. And I think that Clara and Avery are the worst. Avery's going to go to the very bottom, though, because I really don't like that guy. But yeah, so they are the worst overall. So, alright, everybody, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today. Let me know what your thoughts are on my tier list. If you have any other suggestions, well, for other tier lists, or what your current tier list is, who your favorite rival is. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.